Hey guys, what's up? Happy Wednesday night. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care, and if you hear me clicking around back here, I am just getting my technology set up so I can be a little bit interactive, hopefully, and answer some questions and connect with you guys while we're doing the show tonight. So, what's up, you guys? What's going on? First, Kleiny's Cards is first. I like that you're first. And so what the heck's going on, you guys? Happy winter. Is winter going all right for everybody? You know, it's the funniest thing. You guys I sound like a broken record. Every single week that I turn on Instagram, I start the live, and I like to set my computer up to the live so I can read the questions off of it. And I swear that there must be some sort of issue. Like, I have Instagram open here, but then I can't look at it anymore. So pardon me one second, you guys. I'm just going to try to open it up again. It's like I can hear, I'm sure you guys can hear me and I can see you. What's up? Yo, yo, yo. I'm just trying to get to the homepage so I can actually see the questions and stuff. Well, I'll continue to try while we're going. But you guys, thanks for being here tonight. And I got some cool stuff to show you too. All right. So on tonight's show, I got a mix. All right. So we got some 90s basketball. Oh, you can even see the dirtiness from there, right? All right, that's good, you guys. I want to make sure that you can hear me too. You know, it's weird. I kind of live in the country. I live in Metro Detroit, but I live on the outskirts of Metro Detroit. And lately, it's my internet. I live in a place that should have pretty fine internet, but it's just been sucking lately. So let me know, you guys, if it's not if it sounds like shit. Just tell me, and I'll do my best to get a better connection. But yeah, I'll say hi to you guys in the meantime. What up? Yo, what's going on, you guys? Happy Wednesday, happy weekday to you. So I'm using my scrolling here. I'm gonna go up and down and see if there's any questions I can answer, and then we'll do some stuff. But it's just really good to see you guys too. And yeah, just tell me if I'm having any technical difficulties. And cheers, you guys. 10 o'clock coffee. I'm sure that will keep me up for a while tonight. But what do you guys think about the Super Bowl, man? I mean, no doubt the teams are all good, but I don't know. Does you guys, any big Eagles fans here, or any Chiefs fans? I'm curious what everybody thinks. I just feel like when I read social media, it seems like a few years back, I remember people were excited to see the Chiefs win, and now they're like, we're done with the Chiefs, you know? So I guess that's kind of the most. Oh, you know what? Mark, I did get a haircut. Yeah, thank you for check that out. I've got too many of the damn gray ones growing in. That's my problem. But well, you guys, here's the deal. If you're watching right now, I'll show you my technical difficulties. So here's Instagram. Usually I can go press this and it'll take me to my page, and it doesn't. And I'll press home, and it doesn't. So that's how I usually read all of your questions to me. But it's not really working that way. So I'm just going to flip it around, and I'll just have to teach you some card stuff and or share some card stuff with you, and I'll do my best to answer up here, all right? Yeah, man, I was pulling for the Lions, dude. You guys, I'm born here in Metro Detroit. And, it was exciting. I'll tell you that. It does suck. It shows you that only one team can win the Super Bowl. Never really thought that way before because we never even went to the playoffs ever. And, so it was pretty darn cool to see the Lions have so many good weekends in a row. So I was happy to see that. But I'm gonna go to my own live. Hey, I learned. Look at this. Look at the old man. The old man figured it out. There I am. That's me. Look at me. All right. So check it out. That worked. Okay. So Instagram's always changed stuff. Now I can read what people write. So guess what? Everybody that wrote me something before, it doesn't stay in there. So if you guys want me to answer a question tonight, I know Robert's on here, Michelle's on here, Derek's on here. I got a bunch of my friends on here. So you guys, I'll answer your questions, but if it's a simple question, you guys, that somebody that might be new that asks, feel free, you guys, to help the other collectors out. Yeah, so my other buddy, Kurt, LA Card Dude, that happens, you got to clear the cache. All right, that's weird. It's been in the past couple of weeks that has been happening to me. Denver, What's up, buddy? Good to see you. All right, so let's get busy. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. So I just want to, let's just start. We'll go in line, all right? So if you guys follow my show, or you don't, I'll just tell you. I'm getting a card, Matt. Pardon me 1 second. All right. So I ran into a bunch of packs of cards that I was excited to get. Hello, Eric. Hello, everybody. You guys, thanks for being here tonight. And yeah, you're right, NorCal. That is cool. You know, I do answer a lot of the questions, but you know, man, as a business owner and as a card lover, I like to be as close to my customers as possible. You know, it's like you guys drive this business, and I'm just kind of here to facilitate it and answer questions and make you stuff. You know what I mean? So we are a team. But check this one out. These were the Skybox Premium. I think that's what it says under there. But I had to put these, you guys, in the humidor to get the packs unstuck. But look at when I pulled them apart. Do you guys see those those splotches should not be on Shaq's jersey. So I'm hoping that they come off and they're not ruined plastic. So that would be cool. And then you see how the gold kind of turned to the grody color? That we can clean that up. So if you guys, 90s basketball collectors, 90s Marvel card collectors, just 90s collectors, look for the foils. They'll turn weird colors, so that's usually doable, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that. Mark, you can't blame me that I got you into Pokemon. You pressed the button. You sunk your you did the sync method between your credit card and that button on your phone. I might have made some suggestions, but you did it. Mark's blaming me that I got him into Pokemon. I blame you guys for getting me into Pokemon because I didn't even love them until you guys showed me the coolness of them. So, you know, they stick sometimes. I was able to get them apart right up on Shaq's lips. There's a stick mark on his elbow. There's a stick mark. So I just want to see if these are either cleanable or they are permanently damaged the front, okay? And then, since these were in a pack, look at the corners. They're not bad, but they're not good. Let me get a good focus for you guys. Maybe get a little bit into the light. Can you guys see it's not good, right? There. That top corner and that bottom corner, they were just in the pack, and, you know, packs get hit. So, sometimes, you guys, those things can be the most annoying things. So, I figured it would be a good one for you guys. And and typical, the back is perfect. Look at the back. So nothing stuck to the back. And the humidity really worked well, you guys, to get the bricked cards unbricked. But not all of them were saved. And, a lot of them, you know, had weird stuff like that. So, let's just try to clean it up. But what I want to do first, before I ever do card cleaning, I like to do structural stuff. So I like to fix the corners first. Because I don't like to, so picture this, you guys, and if I don't explain something well, tell me, okay? I don't like to have the card wiggling around or moving around if I have a soft corner. I want to tighten up the corner first and then clean it second, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. So I don't even like to put the soft corners like this on a card mat. So let's just put them up here first. So we're going to do plastic, okay? And you guys, thank you so much. I see we got a lot of interest and a lot of questions. Thank you to all my homies on here for answering questions. Thank you, guys. And you guys, if anybody messages me, I always answer. I'll always reply to you. So just know if it's something that I don't see or miss tonight, I'm going to hit you back. Oh yeah, you guys, vintage cards are fun, man. And it's they connect you to history too. Wait till you see what we got going on here tonight. Talk about vintage. You're going to see, you guys are in for a treat. Seriously. No, I'm not being silly. You're going to see some good stuff in here tonight, okay? So hang tight. I was inspired to, show some cool stuff tonight. Kurt asked, another Kurt, how about that? I know there's not a ton of us, but Kurt asked, is humidity better than putting them in the freezer? Do you guys know that, when I put cards in the freezer, because I read that before, so I wanted to test that theory, I could never do anything. I could never get the freezer never did anything for me, but the humidity always worked, pretty well. Field Cards said, You helped me take a Kobe rookie from a 7 to a 10. You did it, man. I'm happy to show you some stuff, but you did it, and I'm proud of that. You know what it is, Kurt? It's the humidor. If you guys need, you know what I want to show you guys too while we're here, since we're all here and we got a good show. I'm gonna show you something real quick, and then we'll get back to the card. We're gonna do the corners here, but I just want to show you guys something that's hopefully helpful. So when you guys go to my YouTube page, I have. Hold on, let me show you. I want you guys to see something. I want to show you my playlists here. Okay, so check this out, you guys. So if you go to my YouTube page right here, and you go to the word playlists, like all the past Wednesday Night Lives are here. FAQs from you guys are here. Everything I know how to do to a vintage card is here. The stuff that you guys send me, I put up here. Specifically working on creases. Humidity. The humidity episode. So my friends that were saying, how do you get cards unstuck? Watch that. Everything I know how to do, you guys, I put in these folders, okay? So if you guys are available to like check that out, like I'm always going to answer all your questions, but I realized nowadays I get a lot more questions, and I don't want to like make you guys feel like, oh, Kurt used to get back to me in an hour, and now it takes 5. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, you know what I mean? But just know, you guys, I always keep all that stuff out there, all right? But let's do this. All right, so what I said first is I want to work on these corners, and then I want to see if we can get the pack stick off there. So I'm going to use, you guys want to use a microscope? Let's use a microscope. Because I know I'm old. I'm 43 now, by the way. So I'm old now, older. And you know what? It sucks to say, but my eyes are not the freaking best, and I didn't put my glasses on, so we're gonna do this one together. So let's go up here. Oh, I have a message on here that said, just sent off my first cards that I have used your products on, and now the waiting begins. Well, I'm gonna hope that Ben, I hope it was time well spent, and I hope that you saw a nice cleanup, and it was worth your time. So all right. So it's not major. It's just kind of like what I see, you guys, is I see it just pointing. It's like open. So I got to close it. Do you see that? It's kind of like dog-eared. So that's what I see. Well, that's what my microscope sees, because there's no, see, this is why microscopes rock. Because I could never see that. Hopefully the paint's not missing. We'll find out. But all right, that gives me enough confidence to work on it. So, you know what we should do, you guys? Let's just take a moment to work under the microscope, because that might be the best. So, God, live show. I need a cameraman. Anybody want to come over and be my cameraman? So, what we're going to do is, it's so much fun being able to, I'm reaching around here. All right, so this is your point of view, guys. So now you're going to get into your little toolbox over here. And we're going to get a detail Q-tip. Okay. And let's get you guys a good view. You guys are taking the time to be here and hang out with me tonight. You get a good view. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And then what I'm doing here, guys and girls, is I just got a detail Q-tip, got a little bit of card spray on it. I just want to see if I can feel it. I don't want a lot. I just want a little bit. Because when I fold over bent paper cards that are that are old, I don't want to crack the paint. So I just want to come in here. Let's just hold it for a second. 1, 2, 3, roll off it. There we go. So now we got the corner back, right? And I'm not sure what the little blue stuff is down here. Let's just take a... It might be little baby remnants, guys, from the card that it might have been stuck to. But we got a nice sharp corner back. And then let's go look at the top one while we're at it. Yeah, you see how this is what happens. This is why a microscope is cool, you guys, because look at, say you wanted to get a card graded and it's expensive to get a card graded and whatnot, and you're like, it looks good from far. You probably wouldn't want to send a card in like this to get graded unless you were fine with getting like a low score, you know, which is fine too. But this is pulled off the paint. Isn't it wild though? Like, talk about like looking at a card like this and going, oh yeah, man, it looks pretty good, you know? And then you put it under something like that and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, everything looks different. So anyways, that's that corner. So that one just kind of looks punched a little bit. So let's do the same thing. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious since this card was in a pack, it's easy for me to understand where the hit came from. Came from outside the pack and hit it, you know? So I'm gonna do the same thing. Just a little touch of card spray around the perimeter, tap it, and then all we'll do is just hold it right here for a second. I'll 1, 2, 3, kind of roll off it, and there we go. We got a sharp corner. So what I want to do next, you guys, is just kind of go around the perimeter, and I want you to practice this too, guys. Like, I'm glad that I'm happy that you're all here, and I'm glad that you want to watch, but I want you to also ding up some cards of your own and do this, because it will help you get the edge off when it's time to like work on something that's valuable. You don't want to just watch a bunch of my videos and then wait till you got one that's damaged and be like, all right, now I just need to try to remember watching all these videos. Stay loose, stay working. Do this stuff on a regular and you'll be really good at it. Let me grab a penny sleeve. All right, so what I want to do next here, guys, is just want to go over these corners a little bit because we were able to get them in the right shape. I just want to kind of manicure them, I guess. I use the bottom edge of my corner tool just to, I'm not going to just no, that light sucks. Let me kill that. I don't just focus on the corner. I am just going to treat it like it's not there and just pull all the way through it. So I just kind of go just all in one direction, through it, down through it, and then kind of through the 45. Okay, so 0, go the X, the Y, and then right through here. That's kind of the pattern I'll take on these types of cards. And we'll pick it up here in a second. We'll see if I did a good job. But it looks good. Your finger's good too. You always feel it, because if I felt like a weird bump there or something was out of place, I could tell. But, all right, feels good. Let's take a look at it now. All right, we're going to have the light hit it slowly. I like it. It looks good. All right, and now let's look at the width of it. Because remember, it was obviously messed up. Looks good there. All right. I like it. I'm particular too, so. And then I want to use my light because I don't want any wrinkles hiding. That stuff, you guys, is that like little paint from the card it was stuck to. But anyways, I can get lost in this crap, but it looks good, right? So we're good with that. Now, moment of truth. Let's just see if this crap comes off, because these weird circles, you guys, they're either going to wipe off or they're going to be permanent, because it's either damaged clear coat from being stuck to the card in front of it, or I don't know, just card pack moisture. I just opened this card up out of a pack less than a month ago, and this is what you see is what I see. All right. So, and thank you guys, everybody, for being here tonight. What is up, you guys? Sean, what's up, homie? Good to see you. Derek, I think I said hi to you, but I'm happy to see you again. And let's get back to work, because I got some cool stuff to show you guys tonight. And if you guys just jumped in, I just saw we had some more people join. I want to show you, we got some dragons that are coming up. This one was a PSA 6, so we'll investigate that, take a look there. And then I got a really nice Mickey Mantle in here. So you guys we're just getting warmed up. Kyle, what's up, man? Good to see you too, man. Oh, you guys, my pleasure. Thanks for being here to join in on the content. I wouldn't have a show without people watching it. Even though I'd still sit here and do it, like I did for a long time. It's fun to be able to turn it on and bring you guys. It'd be cool if I could just be like, you guys all want to come over and hang out tonight? This is like the best way I can do it. So thank you for taking time from all over the place. I know we got viewers that watch all over, and it's cool that little cards, tie us all in, whether it's cards of dragons or cards of humongous people like Shaq. It's fun, you know what I mean? And it's fun to make them look good. So here's what I'm going to do, you guys. I'm usually pretty successful at getting the film off the gold. All right, so let's try to do that. Usually it's really simple, like through my experience. With that, let me just show you. And I just got a little bit of card spray on my cotton round here, so it's nothing you need a whole lot. Let's take a look. And I NorCal Collectible says that he's waiting for the KCC workshop. I would love to do that, and it would be fun to be able to have kind of like a retreat or a get together. So don't forget, it's not out of my mind. I just don't have the logistics yet. Ben, I can absolutely point you into some good videos of cracking PSA slabs. Usually, let me show you one. I'll show you guys. I'll give you a preview of a card that we're gonna work on here in the future. But you see how this card is PSA slab right here. So it's a PSA 8. But what I would typically do is you can cut the corners and put a screwdriver in there and pop them open, or you can let me grab a tool here. Or if you want to work over a trash can, these are snub nose pliers, and you can just go around the perimeter and just bite off the lip all the way around, all the way around. You can just chew it off, and that way it's easy and you won't make any mistakes. But yeah, just like you guys, I always say, practice on a base card. If you guys haven't cracked slabs before, it can be very nerve-wracking. And then you watch someone like me or somebody that's done card slabs before, and we can crack them like oysters, right? It can be intimidating, man. Listen to your body, listen to yourself. So if that's the case, what I want you to do is just go on eBay tonight and sort out stuff ending now that's a PSA graded card, and you can get cards that are 99 cents in PSA slabs or SGC slabs or Beckett or whatever, and just practice cracking them because they are all different. Literally an SGC slab, I can grab the top and bottom and give it a good old wonk and pop the thing open. But then Beckett, I cut the corners and screwdriver it open. PSAs you can clip around. There's a few ways, and once you get good at it, just stick with it. But of course, you guys, if you want to practice not only working on cards but busting open slabs, buy cheap slabs. Do you know that some of the worst direct messages that I'll get are as a picture of a card with a giant ass screwdriver mark going across it, and it's always something good. And I'll have a guy hit me up and be like, "Hey man, is there any way? Is this?" It's always it's the same word. "Hey dude, is this fixable?" And it's oh no, So don't use a long ass screwdriver to pry through it, you guys, and practice on cheap ones. Once you get a handful of slabs cracked, you're good to go. You're fine. But trust me. I have made every, if a dumb luck happens, it's happened to me with cards. So let me be the guy to tell you, practice on them. Oh, hey, if you guys haven't, don't do it right now because I want you to stay here. But on my website, you guys, what's tonight? The 29th? I'm doing my giveaway. We're going to do a kit giveaway on the 1st. So the 1st is Sunday. And I'm going to take more entries all the way up until the end of the month. So if you haven't, just go to my website. There's no nothing you got to like do, or it's not hard. All you got to do is enter. That's it. I just like to give away a card care kit a month to our viewers and to our fans and stuff. So like, if you haven't entered, enter, please. I think I'm seeing some progress here, you guys. I think that I think it might be removable. Hold on. I'm looking. I got a good angle. I got a good angle here where I can see it all, and I'm not coming up until I'm done. So stay there. Hold on. All right, you guys are gonna be proud. All right, check it out. All right, the gold is back to gold. And look, dude, those didn't ruin the front. That's good. I like that one. So, not a highly valuable card, guys. So if anybody's like thinking, oh, now you're going to get it graded or something. No, it's got like chips. You know, it did stick to the card in front of it a little bit. There's a little bit of paint. But the value in this one is I just like it because I love Shaquille O'Neal. And two, I thought it'd be a good demonstration for you guys because who doesn't like 90s basketball cards? Like you could do that if this was a beam team, you could do the same thing. You know, if this was, what was the cool ones that they made from Skybox Premium? Rare rubies or precious rubies or some cool stuff like that. All the same cards, you know what I mean? So, remixed cards, great question. So let's move on. Remixed asked me, he said, hey, if I'm getting a card curling after drying, does that mean it's still damp? Two things, guys. If you get a little wonk to a card, if you're drying it, it will, it might have dried a little too fast. So that would be, so what you'd want to do is, and you can always hit me up with a picture, of course, guys. But if it's like, let's say it's a Pokemon card that is a little wonky right now, I just want you to spray two sprays of like card spray, like one spray per mat. Hold the card for like 2 days. Just put it like this and leave it for 2 days, and then come back and get it, and it will be 99 times out of 100 it'll be flat. Okay. Yeah, ruby red, sapphires, right? All those cool things, you know, all the same material. So, you guys, this one, I just saw this one, and I thought it would be a good card clean because there is some crap on it. And I think there is, oh yeah, see, like, just stuff that, every day I got my TCG lovers that will send me pictures of the random stuff because these cards actually get played, you know, like, sports cards don't always have the same, like this is crusty or something, you know what I mean? I guess that could be on a sports card, but there's a lot more play. Like this card looks like it was used in games, you know? So these are satisfying to clean up because if I remember right, you can usually see like a lot of good holographic stuff in here, but this one's pretty cloudy. So like, let's just say that you never, or you're interested in card care and you're like, I've never even cleaned one up before. Here's what I do first typically, guys, is, you know, I always work on a card mat. And, yeah, Springer, right, exactly. It's like, but I think that's kind of the coolness to trading card games is they're used. They're like functional. Like me and my sports cards buddies were like, Shaquille O'Neal out of the pack. Don't touch it. Put it in a sleeve, you know? So like these were like used. They're fun, you know? And here's what I'll typically do first. Just get a little card spray. I'll just do a little light mist on there. And yeah, you're right. Because like, let's just say, so the waffle part, right? The waffle is stuck right there. So we got to get that part clean. I always will use card spray before card polish because it's good at getting crap off. It's good at making a card shiny, but we'll do the card polish next because it's good for plastics and, you know, this type of surface. I tell you what, you guys, like, for all you guys like, you know, who doesn't like going treasure hunting? Like, I'm sure most of us will go to a card show, but I'm sure most of us will go to a swap meet or like a marketplace pickup or any of those things too to check out collectibles. And I'll find a lot of Pepsi, man. Pepsi ruled the 90s, like brown pop. Well, I'm from Michigan, so we call it pop. I know most of my viewers probably call it soda, but it's a northern thing. But you'll see Pepsi on everything. Let's see. All right, got the waffle part off. Still could be shinier. We'll shine it up here in a minute. But it is very common, if you buy over collections or you buy a big box of cards, it's always typical you'll find the good ones with like stuff on them, And I know that this one probably isn't a super valuable one, but like this is one of my sons. Robert, you're on timeout for saying clear Pepsi was the best. Clear Pepsi was terrible. I liked the Van Hagar song for it, but Crystal Clear Pepsi was whack. And for those of you that don't remember or weren't around for that, it was like all of a sudden they made Pepsi Clear, and it was like, come get Crystal Clear Pepsi. It's like, we got Sprite, man. Why do we need Pepsi Clear? And I think it lasted I think it lasted a long time because nobody bought it off the racks. After they bought it one time, it stayed there for the rest of the time. That's so funny. Throwbacks. Zima. Do you know that? Like, I'll tell you guys a funny story about Zima. For those of you that don't know, Zima was like a malt liquor beverage back in the 90s. And Crystal Clear Gravy. Now we're getting deep. That was great. Crystal Clear Gravy, SNL classic. So what we did, there's this party store down the street from my house, and like old people worked at it, and we'd ride our bikes there. And man, we convinced the lady that Zima didn't have alcohol in it, and we'd go up and buy Zima, man, when we were like I don't know, we were on bikes, so like 14, 15 years old, and it was until we got caught, until you get caught, because it doesn't take a lot of Zimas for a 14-year-old to throw up. And when a 14-year-old starts throwing up in the daytime, parents usually wonder what the hell's going on. Good times, So, all right, I just want to show you guys my progress so far. The card spray did not seem to get off those spots back there. Don't worry, I have two weapons up my sleeve. We're gonna do card polish next. All right, let's just clean this up. Then we're gonna get on to some more stuff. All right. Yeah, party stores. Is that another word that I'm pure Michigan, you guys. I'll tell you that. So I'll teach you some Midwestern stuff, and you can listen to my Midwestern accent here. I love you guys. I'm reading these stories. I know I'm supposed to be cleaning cards here, but I'm reading the comments. They're so damn funny. Zima and Jolly Ranchers. Hell yeah, totally. Zima and Skittles. Man, Zima and frickin' blunts. How about that? That was our thing. We'd like to get some Zimas and smoke some blunts and listen to Tupac and think that we were like frickin' hard. You know what I mean? On our bicycles, roaming around, drinking Zimas, smoking blunts, listening to Eazy-E and Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking back, man. I tell you guys, like, talking about life like this cracks me up. And it's good. It makes me feel good, man. Like, my ma called me last night, and my mom's oldest brother. My mom's got 4 brothers and sisters, and my Uncle Gary just got put on hospice last night. And it kills me to hear that. And, even though we all know our time's going to come. And my uncle lived a long time, and he's still alive, so I don't want to talk about him like he's not alive. But, it just, when you hear about someone passing away or, going through those final stages, of your life, it just makes you want to go back in time and just be like, you relive all those. So like today, man, I tell you guys what, you want something fun? Whether you're married, you got a girlfriend, you got kids, whatever. I think any situation, I'd encourage you guys to do this. Go through your phone, man. Look at some pictures from 5-6 years ago. Just slowly go through them. Look at them. Because I always feel like if you guys are anything like me, it's like, what's next? What's next? Work. Do stuff. Set goals for yourself. Work. And, and damn, I tell you what, I look at those pictures, man, and it's like all of a sudden I'm sitting there looking at these pictures and I'm just like choking up. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell is going on with me? But I tell you what, it was good for me. It felt good to like look at that and reflect and just kind of like think about where you come from. And you know, just kind of reminded me, like, I'm going to call my cousins this week. I'm going to write a letter to my aunt. You know, I'm going to do this. So it's cool, you know. And thanks, Mark. I appreciate it, you know, but everybody listening to me has had their parents die or their brother or sister die or their best friend die or your spouse. You know, it sucks, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, and hospice is the end. Like my dad died, got cancer, never knew he had cancer, and died like a few months later, and it fucking sucked. You know, it was like the worst, man. My dad was a badass, good guy, good at tons of shit, super cool, awesome at everything. My dad, huge automotive guy. We didn't go to card shows, but me and my old man go to car shows all the time, and it just all of a sudden just gone. It's just like, man, you know. So I encourage you guys, dig through your phones, and you know, take your time to clean up your cards, but take your time to, like, you know, connect with all those that are important to you too. Damn, I cannot get these freaking things off the back. All right, I'm gonna give it one more swipe, you guys. I don't know what these are. I thought to myself in my head, this does not look difficult. But maybe this will be part of the lesson. Not everything wipes off, which it usually does. Hold on, I just think I needed to focus on it a little bit. I'm over here getting all sappy talking about my life. So, but you know, I feel like so many people around here are my buddies that, you know, we talk about this stuff. So if you come to watch my live show, you got to deal with some of my thoughts that pour out. Cause I swear I spend most of my days like being quiet. You know, it's like I'm always answering messages, working. So it's like when I turn on Wednesday Night Live, I'm like, hey, my friends are here. What's up? I got it. It was removable. And then the front looks good too. Look I can actually see all the stuff that's going on there. So guys, that's just simple basic stuff, but like, isn't that cool? I mean, it looks nice. Looks really good. Cool. All right. Guys, we're going to move on to something next here, all right? And we'll do this one together. You guys ready? This is a good one. And if you don't know a lot about sports or sports cards, give me a minute, give me a second, because I want to tell you why it's a good one. Because it's from a great player, it's very good condition for its age, and it's special. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, okay? Oh, you guys are the best, man. Thank you. I do appreciate the support, man. Well, hey, you know, it's like being positive is a choice, right? It's so easy. Do you guys know the voice in my head is always a bitch, and I have to like tell it to shut up and like be cool? Because it is so easy. It's so easy to like complain and just fall into that trap. You know what I mean? And I hate easy shit. So I always just want to do something that requires effort. And usually that is like embracing like a professional and friendly attitude. It usually takes effort. You know, some people I know are just naturally super awesome and friendly. And sometimes I can do that, but you know, well, life's too short to be a dickhead to anybody, you know? Let me read a question, you guys, if that's cool. Yo, Kurt, what's the highest dollar value of someone has used your tools and fixed? Oh, you guys, I mean, I've worked on cards that have sold over $1 million in auctions, you know, so like a lot. I mean, it's, you know, and I respect, that's a good question, but respectfully, it's just really boils down to, is the issue fixable or not? You know, the card care products work fantastic. The variable is the user. So you got to make sure you know what the hell you're doing. And number two, you got to make sure that it's something fixable. All right. So like, it sounds like you might be whacking, I read that, Mark, no wackos tonight. Yeah. No gang members. But it sounds like you might be working on something that's like highly valuable and important. So why don't you just send me a picture sometime and I can give you some tips. All right. So, because that's the thing, like when you get into card care, you got to turn off the collector hat and turn on the restoration hat and not worry about, you can't be a fanboy when you're working on cards. You got to be like, I'm here as a tech and I'm going to clean this thing up. You know what I mean? So, and that just comes through experience, you know, but let me show you guys something. I want to go up to my pictures here and I want to show you something. You know how like, usually if we start, you know how like, if we start a soaking project, I'll usually start it tonight, and then like all you guys get to see is me put it in, and then like I'll do a follow-up, right? And then I'll show you guys like what the follow-up looks like. So what I want to do is I started the card earlier today, and I'm going to catch you up real quick. I soaked it, and I am going to show you here on the pictures of what I'm working on, and I'm going to show you a drying technique tonight, guys. So this is good. It wasn't even that good. I made it sound good. Somebody's asking me, I missed it. Wackos, you know, like, number one, you got to be kind of a weird person to jump on somebody's live presentation and try to like derail it, I guess. But the guy wasn't really trying to derail me. He was like talking about being in a gang, and it was just corny. You know what I mean? That's why they make the block button, you know? So it's like, I think he was on the wrong show, basically. He was at the wrong place. So let me show you, I'm going to show you guys these pictures here, and let me get started. I'm looking for a folder. I need a sip of coffee. Cheers, you guys. Speaking of last week, I had some good responses from the 1977 Topps football cards we worked on. Let me show you. So remember, guys, that was this last week. You guys, if anybody out there collects 1977 Topps, the Mexican runs, a lot of them had a lot of stains because of the way that they were stored for years. So like we did a before and after. Like I got the gum residue came off. You can still kind of see an outline from the gum. That was just as far as I could get on that one. This one was just covered in blue like marker, and it was all like, you know, dingy and gross. And we soaked that card, and look at that. That was a good one, wasn't it? I like that. That's cool as hell. That was just a card soak. So we did that. So let me show you what's going on, you guys. I'm really excited to show you this. All right. So you see the wrinkle on the hat? So check that. Wrinkle on the hat. Like thumbnail mark going into, you know, the little art, right? Wrinkle above the ear, right? Lumpy edge. Dirty back. The cut's a little bit wonky, but that's actually kind of desirable because it shows that this card was never handled a lot. It was actually cut that way, so it's cool, but it's just, I didn't like the dirtiness of it, okay? So let me tell you what's going on. So I just did my standard. I card soaked the card, and it's right here, and I'm gonna show you where we're at. So I did this yesterday. Did it last night right around this time. It was my evening project. So what I did was I soaked the card last night, took it out, kept it between black pads all night. You can see the orange, but I'm going to get to that. I'm going to tell you, so hang tight. We did the black pads all night long, all right? Then this morning, I woke up, opened up the pads, card looked good. I got rid of the wet pads, so out with the old. And then what I did was I brought in the front of this 1956 Mickey Mantle was like glass. It was awesome. It almost looked phony because if you watch my show, I don't have too many that are like super like pristine. The wrinkles and the dents sucked, but the card was freaking smoking smooth. So what I did was I'm just using one chamois to supplement the drying in here. One chamois. That's a different material, you guys, but I want to show you something. All right, so let me flip this around and I'm going to show you where we're at. So you guys remember? Did you remember the dents I just showed you? All right, so here's what I want you to see now. And a couple things. Like the card, I want you to see the card, but I want you to see what I'm doing here for drying. Okay. You're going to be able to see Mickey here in a second because I only put the chamois material on the back because I want you guys to take a look at this front, okay? Watch the light go across this card. Isn't that beautiful? Now let's look at those spots, you guys. Remember the hat. No more wrinkle in his hat. Look at his above his ear. No more wrinkle above his ear. This edge up here was driving me crazy. Look at the edge. All right. And then, remember we had a cut going through the player? Look at that. I'll tell you guys, this is one of the best ones that I've had turn around like that. And I'm going to show you the back. The back is also remarkable. And I want to show you guys a couple things. We're going to spend a minute with it. Because this material, so now look at the back too. How nice is that? I had to show you guys this one. Like, isn't that one so sick? And I'm gonna make this one's gonna have its own video, you guys. So I filmed like the before stuff. But like, here's something I want to show you guys. Even though it's like almost dry, I'm going to I want to show you guys something. What I did today, because when you have a white back and a white front, I always want to keep the white white. And I find that a little bit of extra, you're going to see this, you're going to see it make a smiley face a little bit because it's still holding moisture. So watch this real quick. This is also, you guys, how you can tell if a card still has moisture in it. You do this and it starts to kind of do a little smile on you or a little crescent on you. You know it's still got moisture in it. And that means it's not time to take it out. See how we're getting a little smile in there, you guys? That's still fine. I want it to, this will make that back super white. So I'm just going to do this for a few. Just like now it's starting to smile, and that's enough. Now let's flip this thing over. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the front. I am right now literally, you guys, teasing little bits of moisture out of it. And if depending how much is in there, we're going to get that to go flat again too, okay? And yep, I can tell who knows what's up. You know, mentally the third say and make the card grind back, because that's exactly how you do it. Guys, take advantage of these times when you're trading out your pads and doing this type of stuff, because this is when you can sneak out little bits of moisture, and this is how you do it. So like now, I'm not going to use the chamois anymore. The chamois did a great job of getting the back dry. Now I want to get this card totally flat, and like, I'm just going to take my phone off this for a second. Like, look at that. Like those wrinkles in the hat, look how they sucked. That wrinkle above his ear was huge. That border, man, was totally beat up. And all it required was just a card soak. And the reason I did a card soak, because you might say like, oh, you know, why wouldn't you just do a semi-soak? I did a card soak because the back was so gross. And it was like yellow. And I just wanted to do that, and that's what I did. Now you guys see how it's going flat again? Because now the front is drying. And we could play this game back and forth all over. And you know what? If you got time to do this when you're getting on day 2 of your card drying, sit here and do this, you guys. Seriously. This is very important. This is how, has anybody here ever soaked a vintage card and you got it looking great, but then you're like, I feel like my edges look a little bit creamier, or it's a little different color. It's all because it's just like it stayed wet a little bit too long possibly, or it didn't get enough air. So you got to do this. All right. So yeah, last night, NorCal, you guys, this was a 30-minute soak on the dot. Okay. So look now we got that flat lip again. All right. So now, let me just, and you guys could sit here and tease this moisture out of this thing all freaking night. You could probably literally dry a card doing this. But the back is always going to dry faster because it's unprotected. So it's like, I'm happy with it, you guys. But that is what I wanted you to see, okay? And yeah, you guys, it takes about an ounce of card spray. But I'll tell you what. One of the best looking surfaces I've ever seen on a 1956 card. And so now, guys, that you're here, I'm just going to put it back. Now, these are both dry, okay? The chamois did its job. I just used the chamois on the back of this card because I didn't want any, even though the chamois doesn't have a ton of texture, it has a little bit. But this texture, it looks just like the paper on the back of the card. So I don't care. But the front, I didn't really want that texture because it's so freaking flat and so beautiful of a card, all right? So now we're just going to go back to card sandwich. 4 plates. Or 4 clips, not floor plates. And I don't even need to look at this tomorrow. I'm just going to put this over on my other desk, and we'll go over here. No Mountain Dew. And we'll put that right there, and that's just going to stay there. And it needs nothing else. I'm going to keep it in there. Today's what, Wednesday night? Coco, how you doing? You okay down there, sweet girl? Yep, she's okay. So that's all I'm going to do is just leave that one there. But I'm going to show you guys one more time because I had a couple join us during that. Just to give you a recap, let me press my... And thank you guys so much for sitting here and letting me be a one-man operator and click through all this stuff for you guys. I totally appreciate you watching. So like that Mickey, the Mantle that we were just looking at was this one. Well, it is this one, but look how nasty the back looked. That edge up top, what I was showing you guys, the ear wrinkle, that cut, that wrinkle. I was proud to show that one off, you guys. So thanks for letting me show that one to you. It is going to have its own video because people love vintage cards, and 1956 tops are never going to not be cool. So I get a lot of requests for those. So I'll show you. I'll drop that one out. If you guys got time for a few more minutes, hang out with me for a few more minutes, and we'll wrap it up. But I got a cool Pokemon card, and there's some stuff I can teach you about it, okay? So what I want to do last here, you guys, is let's do a Pokemon card. And this one is a 2008. And you guys, thanks for answering everybody's questions tonight. You guys, I'm sorry if tonight, you guys, I always have my hands full, and I always try to answer, but I know sometimes I miss them. Ooh, let me answer a quick one. Can I remove a dimple from a Chrome style card? No, unfortunately, no. It's cooked into the surface, you guys. It's almost like an air bubble or something when I imagine they make those with heat and pressure and they press them somehow, and it's just not something you can remove. So now I'm always into stuff like this. So here's what I'll do. I will, within reason, I'll buy almost any Pokemon card that's a 5 or 6, 7, that has a cool character on the front because I want it to look cool. And if it looks centered and if it's not missing any paint around the back, that's my I guess my boundaries, okay? So like when I'm looking at this on an auction, I can't see any paint missing, so I'm like, all right, that's cool. I mean, maybe a little bit. No, it's fine. It's actually good. So no paint missing, right? So checks out that box. Then I looked at the front and I'm like, all right, it looks cool from the front because it was a 6. I cracked it out today. But then I'm like, why? It's got to be a 6 because it's got to have some sort of surface issues on it, right? So here's what I did. I looked at it real close, and there's a couple things I want to share with you guys. I want you to first watch the light. So see my wand light? It should be always straight unless it hits a bend. See it bending and diffusing in the corner? So this corner right here has a decent bend in it. There we go. So this is a 6. So I'm looking for why it's a 6. And then on the back, it's more defined. You guys can see that's kind of like, but it's not bad, right? Then there's also a hit in the ball, the Pokeball. Watch my wand light. So a hit right there. Then there's a long indent. Can you guys see, look over my hand right here. And watch the light. So it's got a long indent. So I would say I agree with the grade of a 6. I think that's a fair grade for this card in this condition. But I think that this card can be improved. And I don't think it will be super difficult to improve it. But I wanted to share a couple things with you guys. This is the type of card that I would always buy a base card on if I was going to card polish it. Because do you know that these little extra, little sparkles, these little third layer embellishments, these things can be sometimes removed. Even if you use your fingernail, you can scratch those things off. So if you guys collect anything from this series, like Stormfront, or anything where you can see like those third layer of holographics, please test on a base card if you need to card polish it, because all like like the one that we already worked on today, totally different material. There's no sort of third layer of like stuff. And the nice part is 98% of Pokemon cards don't have a lot of conditions, or TCG in general. Like sports cards, we got like all kinds of stuff, but these are pretty damn easy to clean up or get out. But like, I just want you guys, I don't want you to be like, this is why. Okay, let me bear with me, you guys. Here's what I want you to do. You got to do it, okay? If you haven't, go to my website. And if you're like, hey, I want to learn how to work on Pokemon cards, you click on that. And then, you guys, I have here, like, the top fixable issues. Let me tell you what to do for 2 minutes. And you guys, these videos, I make this stuff, and there's no fluff. It's all to the point. I want you to know you can do this, this, and this. But don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. And then, when you see these third layer of hollows, be careful, because sometimes you can wipe these little freaking things off. So if the card's just a little dirty, just use some card spray. You know what I mean? So that's really like, oh, sorry. I didn't need to do a FaceTime there. But that's really like the conditions I want. Some of these just have with that third layer of holographic. Careful. It's base card first. Because do you know that I have went out and we just bought some, my sons and I went out and got some Japanese cards that are brand new. And they have this third layer of holographic all over them. I tried card polishing the heck out of them. I couldn't get any of it to come off. None of it. I couldn't get it. And then you find some from a few sets, like from years ago, and you just microfiber them too hard and they pop off. So you guys, even if you don't even use Kurt's Card Care, if you're just like working on some of your older cards and using microfibers and hot breath, be careful on these older cards with these little flakes. Sometimes they're the fastest things to dry up and, easy to remove. All right, I said enough about that. So we're going to do a card sandwich. All right, that's it. All that talk but let's make mental notes. I got a decent dent going down the side there. We got decent dents going in the bottom lip and in the Pokeball. And let's just see if we can get them out. All right. That's it, JP. You were following along. You are following along. You guys, and Nick, you're right. Nick, don't soak a Pokemon card. And you guys, if you don't know why, it's because they don't come back to life the right way. You guys, I'm really excited to show our Pokemon community, these simple ways to get rid of dings and dents like this. Because, for years we would just say that's permanent, or put it between a book and wait 10 years. No thanks. I'd rather fix it tomorrow. Or, no, this is permanent. No, I hated that. So I'm like, no permanent. But a little bit of a card spray on here usually does the trick. So I want you guys to see how much I use too. So we're going to go back to the point of view cam here. And you know what I think I'm going to do, you guys? I don't even think I want to get the front wet, because you see how it's already kind of curving towards the back anyways? Well, no, I just changed my mind. I want to do both sides. I want both sides. So we're just going to do 2 light mists. I know you're like, that's it? Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to do. Just 2 light mists. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, right? At least I can't. So, meaning, I can always put a little bit more on tomorrow if I need to, but this is the first time that I have ever worked on a 2008 Japanese Charizard, and I don't feel like screwing it up, because even though it was a 6, I think I paid, I don't know, what did you tell me what I paid for it. I bought it a while ago. I think it was probably, though, I can't even remember, to tell you the truth. I think it was probably $80, $90 or something like that. So it's not like I just want to, screw it up over my first attempt, So I'm always just going to keep it light, and I'm not concerned about the attempt right here, you guys. I just want to take it conservative, because the only way that I've ever messed up TCG cards is by getting them too wet. And that was like that was the only time I messed them up. And that's when I almost completely like said, forget it. You know, all you can do is clean them. But then you guys showing me these cards every day makes me, makes me go, keep on thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? So that's what I came up with. And if you guys haven't tried this yet, get out any of your TCG cards with a little dent on them, or sometimes even a little wrinkle, you guys. You can even sometimes get a little crease out. Now, naturally, the worse the dent and the more the crease, the less likelihood of it turning around. But like this was like real as it gets. I found a 6. I bought it. We looked at it, you guys. It has a couple little teeny dings on it. And another thing, you guys, just like, I don't know if it even matters or if you even care, but like my whole thing isn't to like just chase like a higher score. I just like to see improvements. But so it's like, if you are like, I'm not even really into card grading. I don't really give a shit, but I like projects. Here's the thing. I would still buy graded cards that are medium grades. So at least you're getting yourself a project, if you want one. And, medium cards like this are way more affordable than buying a 10, So if you have, like, literally, guys, this 6 could go up. If you love grading cards, that could bump up tremendously if we get all the dents out, So my point is, it's cool to buy graded cards to work on a lot of times if you're not there in person to like look at them. You know what I mean? If you're there to look at them, whatever. But, I always stick to like 5s, 6s. Usually if you get into Pokemon cards that are like 4s, they're like chipped up and like there's not. So remember my rules of buying a Pokemon card online that needs work. Make sure it's centered. Make sure that there's no chip marks around the perimeter. And then usually the rest is stuff you can at least take a swing at and like, it's fun to like do a project and admire your work and say, well, look how good of a job I did, or whatever. So like I said, if you don't give a crap about grading cards, you don't have to, but buying ones with mid grades is usually telling you there's room for improvement and there's fun to be had with it. You know what I mean? Let me read a quick question real quick, you guys, if that's cool. And, going right along, Bowman asked me what's the best way to get wrinkles out of vintage Pokemon. Kind of just based on what I said is like the same exact process you just watched me do here. That's it. I am a one-trick pony when it comes to fixing dings and dents. But this one-trick pony is consistent. So it's just really, it's just easy to use a little bit of card spray on these pads and hold a card flat. And usually within a day or two, you'll start seeing some movement and some progress. Wrinkles are hard. If the wrinkle it bends the card and cracks, like if you guys know, like I think you see me using it tonight, but this thing right here, this microscope behind me, look at any crease or crack on a card, because if it cracked the paint, you'll never get that back. You know what I mean? And then it will just. You might be able to improve it a little bit. I'm from the school of I like projects and I like seeing improvements. Not everything's going to be like groundbreaking, but the thing that I was talking to a couple of my friends today, and we were going back and forth, and we just kind of had a good realization of like, the more cards you work on, you're doing the same stuff over and over. But what you'll get better at, and I promise you this, and my guys on here and girls on here, I see all of you still. You get better at picking out project cards is what it is. There might even be cards in your collection right now that are unfixable and they're just done. That's it. But I think that the more you work on stuff like this, the more you can go out into the community, buy stuff, trade stuff, acquire stuff that you're like, it fits in my skill set. That's really what I do. If you watch all my videos, there's a rotation of fixable corner stuff, fixable edge stuff, fixable wrinkle stuff. And sometimes I come up with something cool or new or unique, but it's really predicated on the same principles, just kind of use them in different ways. So but I tell you what, you guys, I used to just have these conversations in my head. Now I get to have them with you. And how cool is that? So thank you for that. I'll follow up with you guys. So I'm going to show you the Mickey Mantle. Our Shaq looks good. The other Charizard looks good. I want to see if this one gets looking good. We'll probably got to hold it for a day or two. But, reminder, go to my website tonight and sign up for the giveaway. I'm going to do draw the giveaway on Monday morning, and there's no stupid steps you got to take. Just sign up. I just like giving stuff away. You guys have given me the best job in the world, and if if I can give away some card care stuff every month, cool, let's do it. And if you guys need me, hit me up. I'll probably be up for a few minutes. If not, I'll be back at it tomorrow, and I'll follow up with you guys too. And you guys, seriously, love you guys, appreciate you guys. Take care of yourself, take care of somebody else, and remember, man, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. I'll see you guys soon. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care.